Hello students, let me welcome you back to a lesson through the virtual training center of the Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai under the work from home sessions. My name is Shraddha teacher and we have been meeting here regularly children for doing lessons in EVS of standard 5th. So today also we will be doing a lesson. We will not start a lesson anew, but we will continue the lesson that we were doing last time. So you remember when we met last time, we were talking about life on Earth. We talked about how this Earth cooled and how the other planets were formed, how water was formed on the Earth, and we also saw how many animals which were single celled, okay, how they got their life in this water, and from this single cell they became multicellular animals, and then we had animals which were big, like for example lions, tiger, camel, elephant, etc. Okay, so we talked about all these things last time. In this particular lesson we will be doing the second part of life on Earth. So in this video you will be able to see part 2 of the lesson, life on Earth. Now again we will not go back and talk about how life came into existence. We will talk about the different types of animals now in this lesson. So last time we learned that slowly and slowly, from single cellular organisms which had to be looked at under a microscope. Remember I showed you pictures of microscope also. Now in today's lesson we will talk about animals and how they are of different types. Okay, so when you talk about the living world, that is all the living things on this earth, they are divided into plants and they are divided into animals. So today's lesson we will not talk much about these plants, okay? About the plants we will learn about in a future lesson. In today's lesson we will talk about animals which are part of the living world. Now most of us, we know and we have seen many different types of animals. We have seen them right in front of our eyes, and we have seen them in the zoos. And some animals which we cannot see directly, we have seen them on television, okay? But all of us, we know about a lot of different types of animals, and most of us, we love watching and looking at these animals, isn't it? So in this picture also you can see a lioness, a female lion and her cub, and there are some beautiful spotted deer there. Can you see? And there are some deer with antlers also. So we are going to talk in more detail about this particular part of our living world, and that is the animal kingdom. Alright, and let me tell you, there are going to be beautiful pictures, beautiful images, and a lot of interesting things to learn in this lesson today for you. So children, we will start by talking about characteristics of animals. So what are the special qualities of animals? So when we learn about these special qualities, we will learn a lot about these animals. Alright, so when we talk about characteristics of animals, we are going to look at 3 characteristics today. One is breathing, second one is reproduction, and the third one is movement. Okay, so which are the 3 characteristics of animals that we will talk about in this video? We are going to talk about breathing. What is breathing? Taking in air and letting out air through our nose is called as breathing. Movement means going from one place to another. And reproduction is what I will show you using pictures. Okay, so let us first look at the first characteristic of living things, and that is breathing. So let's see what is breathing. Can you see here? You can see 2 pictures. Alright, I will tell you what the difference in these 2 pictures is. So here, look at this picture. There is an arrow pointing towards the nose. And what is going in through the nose? It is oxygen or air which is going in through the nose. Where does it go from the nose? See, let us see where this air goes in. See here, through the nose it is going into your lungs. Alright, and you can see in this picture the lung size has become big, isn't it? So when you breathe in, the air enters your body through your nose and then it enters your lungs, and there certain things happen, that is the oxygen from the air is taken in and then breathing out happens. Can you see? Now the arrow is facing outwards. So what happens now here? After the oxygen is taken from the air, it is absorbed from the air by the lungs, the remaining gases which are there in the air is thrown out. See, now the air is coming out of the lungs and it is going outside your body. So that is called as breathing. This kind of breathing happens in all animals. Okay, we human beings, we breathe using our lungs. Can you see this pink organ in your body? That is the lung in your body. There are two lungs. Okay, we call it a pair of lungs. Like we have two kidneys, we have two eyes. In the same way, we have a lung which has got two parts to it. So this is breathing. Now this is breathing in human beings. Now even animals breathe. Alright, let's see. All these different types of animals, all of them breathe. Some of them breathe using their lungs and some of them breathe using some other parts of their body. Let us see for an example here. See, this is a spider. Spider also has got a small lung inside its body. Then this is a chicken or an egg, or a hen. That also has got a lung inside its body. Look at this particular animal. It is a sponge. You can find it underwater sometimes. See, that also has got some kind of organ through which it breathes. An organ means a part of the body. So the sponge also has got a part of the body through which it breathes. That means it takes in air and it gives out air. Look at our fish here. The fish breathes using gills. And look at the caterpillar. The caterpillar has got a lot of holes on its body, which is called as spiracles. So we do not have to learn the name of the caterpillar's breathing organ now. Okay, we will learn it later when we grow up. So different animals, they breathe in different ways. We human beings, what do? Let us see. Human beings make use of our noses and our lungs to breathe. Whereas all these other animals, they breathe in different ways. Look at the fish now. The fish is always underwater, isn't it? So the fish has got a special organ called as its gills. Let me show you how the gills in a fish work. So see, the oxygen goes into the body of the fish. Here it gets absorbed by the body of the fish. These are the gills in a fish. And the carbon dioxide leaves the body of the fish. So this is how fishes breathe, using gills. See the image of the gills. Can you see here? This is the image of the gills of a fish. Alright, the fish, sometimes it takes in water through the mouth also, and then all the oxygen is absorbed from the water by the gills. Okay, so this is how fish breathe. Now there are some animals, children, which live in the water sometimes, and sometimes it lives on land. Okay, so God has given them two mechanisms to breathe. When they are on the land, they breathe like us through the nose. Alright, and when they are in the water, they breathe through their skin. What are these animals called? They're called amphibians. They can live on land as well as they can live underwater also. Can you live underwater? If you try to go underwater, you will die very soon. You won't be able to breathe, isn't it? But there are some special animals like this frog, which God has created them in such a way that they can live underwater also and they can live outside water also. And they have their special ways of breathing then, like I showed you now. Alright, so this is how frogs or amphibians breathe. Now let's talk about some more. You can say, let us talk about some more characteristics of living things. What is this fish doing? We will look at certain images now. Okay, what is this fish doing? The fish is going from here to there and from there to here, isn't it? Let us look at one more image. What is the bird doing? The bird is flying. Can you see how it is moving its wings beautifully to fly? Alright, let us look at one more animal. Wow, this is the lion. It is the king of the jungle. Such a beautiful royal animal, isn't it? What is it doing? It is walking. And one more animal which all of us are scared of. Which animal is this? It is a snake. And what is the snake doing? It is crawling. So the fish is swimming, the bird is flying, the lion is walking, and the snake is crawling. What are all these things called? All these actions called? They are called as movements. And movements is the second characteristic of living things. Okay? Let us look at why animals move. Why they should move? They should move in search of food. So see this monkey? To eat some fruit, it has to climb on top of a tree, isn't it? So animals, they move from one place to another in order to fill their stomachs so that they get something to eat. Look at these cows. They also go walking from one place to another and then they graze on the grass, isn't it? So animals, they move so that they will get food to eat. Look at this crocodile. Now the deer is the food of the crocodile. So the crocodile is coming close to the deer. Can you see how the crocodile is coming, moving towards the deer? So the crocodile also has to eat, isn't it? The crocodile also feels hungry. So animals move in order to find food to eat. Animals also move in order to escape from other animals. Now here the lion is trying to catch the deer, but the deer wants to save its life. All of us want to save our life, isn't it? None of us want to die. So this poor deer, if it wants to save its life, what does it do? It runs away from the lion. And that is movement, running, isn't it? So in the same way, there are animals which move. So animals move in different ways and for different reasons. So we saw that animals move for the sake of finding food. They also move for the sake of saving themselves. And these are the different kind of movement in animals. Some animals fly, like we saw in the first image here on movements. Some animals, they fly. Some of them, like reptiles, they crawl on the ground. Okay, they push their bodies forward on the ground. And some animals, they walk. Can you see this doggy walking? Then look at this tiger walking. Look at this camel walking. Okay, so some animals, they fly, some of them they walk, and some of them they swim also. So this is about movement in animals. Let us now go and talk about the third characteristic of animals, and that is reproduction. Reproduction means what? Giving birth to or creating something which is exactly like you, but it is small in size. Look at this dog and look at the puppy. They are the same, na? The dog is the mama dog and the puppy is the baby dog. So when the mama dog gives birth to this baby dog, that is called as reproduction. Now children, look at this. A cat and its kitten. So the cat has given birth to the kitten. So you have a big cat and a small cat which looks exactly like the big cat. But reproduction, children, in animals, it happens in two ways. One is by laying eggs. Okay, animals create a smaller animal by laying eggs. Can you see the different types of eggs here? Eggs of different types of birds. Alright, so you can see how these small baby animals come out of these eggs. So this is one way in which animals reproduce, and the second way is when they give direct birth to their young ones. So you can see the horse and the baby horse. The baby horse is either called a foal or it is called a colt. Then you have the tiger and the cub. You have the dog and the puppies. You have the cat and the kitten. So this is called as reproduction by giving birth. This was reproduction by laying eggs. So animals can reproduce in two ways, either by laying eggs or by giving birth to their young one directly. Okay, so all of us, we were born in this way. Our mummies, they gave direct birth to us. See, this is how a chicken gives birth to its baby. First it lays an egg and then the egg breaks, and from that you have a chicken coming out. The chicken becomes big and the chicken again lays an egg, and again the baby comes out, and the cycle goes on. Okay, children, so some animals, they lay eggs. Look at this animal, it lays eggs, na? Okay, see, this is a bird which has laid eggs. Even snakes, they lay eggs. Okay, and some animals, they give birth to their young ones. So the cow gives birth to the calf. The horse, it gives birth to the foal or to the colt. And you have the elephant which gives birth to the elephant cub. Okay, so that was an interesting lesson, isn't it, children? We learned a lot about animals, and here also you can see all these animals saying thank you to you. So this is Shraddha teacher also saying thank you to you from the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. Let us meet again next time for another lesson in EVS. Till then, goodbye.